Totally fine. But we'll start with a roll down. And I'm going to have you bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width. Reach your arms straight out. And as though you're up against a wall, I want you to drop your chin down towards your chest, slide your ponytail up that wall, and then try to keep your hips stacked above your heels and start to reach your fingertips down towards your mat. You're going to keep reaching. Imagine you're drawing your belly button away from your shirt. And then once you get to that furthest point, I want you to go all the way down and let yourself kind of just lose the connection and get a little floppy here. If you can get your fingertips to the floor, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Straighten through the legs here and feel a little pull and reset through the hamstrings, and then bend through the knees. Allow the hips to drop down. So just starting to wake up through that low body here, maybe bending one knee and sending the hips to the side. And then I want you to shake your head yes and no. Just let your head be as heavy as it possibly can be. Take one more breath, find any other movement that you feel like you need this morning. And then from there, you're going to slowly start to restack the spine, coming all the way back up. Little by little, let the head be the last thing to lift. You're still looking towards your toes. And then once we get to the top, go ahead and roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Clasp your hands together behind you. And then start to press your knuckles down towards your tailbone. Imagine you could reach your hands towards your heels and allow your shoulder blades to come together behind you. Really opening through that front body here. And then bend the elbows, draw the hands back up towards the top of your pants, and then release. Bring one hand to either side of your rib cage, and then I want you to take a big inhale in through the nose. Allow your hands to expand because that breath goes to the center, and then exhale out of the mouth. Again, pulling the belly button away from the spine. Feel your chest come back toward the center line. Inhale back in. Nice heavy exhale out. Good. One more here. And then exhale that breath all the way out. Get every ounce out. Good. And then we're going to bring your feet together. Think big toes connecting, heels connecting. And then from that parallel together position, I'm going to have you find Pilates V. So your heels are going to connect and get really heavy through all of your toes. Notice that you may have taken the weight back into the heels. You're going to redistribute the weight evenly through the feet. Heels are going to stay together. It's like your ankle bones pull apart. Find that balance and then roll and lift the heels up, coming onto the toes. Don't let the heels disconnect if you can help it, and then drop right back down. Inhale, you're going to lift your heels up, and then exhale to tap back down. Go for two more. Nice, proud, open chest here, hands on hips or hands just down by your side. Lift your heels up on this next one. Reach your arms straight out in front of you. From there, you're going to keep your heels slightly lifted, maybe 2/3 of the way. Bend your knees, keep your chest lifted and proud, looking straight ahead. You're going to come down to your lowest point, and then you'll drop your heels down, reconnect, and then zip your legs straight and the legs back up. Inhale, lift your heels. Keep inhaling as you bend the knees to come down. Fight that wobble. Exhale, drop the heels, and continue that exhale to zip the legs back together. Two more with that lift, bend, tap, and back together. Last one here, as though you're standing up against a wall, sliding down that wall behind you. We're going to reverse it. The range here on the bend of the knees is going to be smaller. Then the knees come down. You'll notice your heels kind of need to lift. Bring them up. Keep them lifted. Zip the legs with the heels up, and then tap the heels back down. You'll do three more, four total, really waking up the ankles, feeling that hamstring glute connection. Inhale, come down. Left, start that exhale to peel and zip. Keep squeezing the heels together. Last one here. Good. We'll tap all the way back down. Let yourself get floppy here, kind of shake it out. We're going to come down to the mat. So go ahead and lie all the way down. And then from there, I want you to take a couple breaths here and really allow yourself to start to breathe and settle the spine. Good. I'm going to switch around. We're going to start with your legs lengthened, heels together, toes apart. In that Pilates V stance that we just did standing, drop your chin to your chest, look like you're looking towards your toes, but you can't see them. Inhale to prepare, exhale, come up into your curl, and then inhale to come back down. You're going to do that 3 more times. Reaching your hands towards your toes. On this next one, you're going to stay up. Get into that high curl, reach your hands towards your toes, and take your right leg, bring it straight up towards the ceiling, and then start to lower it to a point where it feels like you've got a challenge, but you can hold your lift. We're going to do our 100 with that right leg up, 3 rounds. Start to pump the arms as you inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale and exhale. You're going to scissor kick your legs and switch right leg down, left leg up. Find your working level and keep pumping the arms with vigor but control. In, and out, out, out. Last round here. Drop your head down, knees towards the chest, straighten your legs up, heels together, toes apart. From there, come up into that 100 curl again. Start to lower your legs, find your working level. We'll do 4 more rounds to get to 100 here. Inhale and out. Last one. Hands behind the thighs, rock and roll yourself up to the top, and then walk your feet together with the hands behind the thighs. Find your pelvic tilt and come back. Take one elbow back and then the other. You can draw your feet a little closer if you need to, but you want to think about keeping your spine nice and lengthened. From here, all you're going to do is slide your right arm towards your feet. So allow your elbow to move towards your hip, hand past the thigh, and then pull it back. You want to maintain that nice curl. Left arm's going to go now, opposite arm. Good. You want to do this without shifting your body weight all the way over to the opposite side. It's very challenging, in my opinion. And then on this next one, I'm going to have you slide your right arm out and bring your left leg up into tabletop. Challenging the core a little bit more. See if you could lift your chest more and get out of your shoulders. Left arm's going to slide, right leg comes up. Just one more on both sides. I feel these a lot already. Good. Last one. Core is nice and turned on. Straighten your legs, sit all the way back up. Again, Pilates V the feet, really flexing at the ankle. And then from there, you're going to drop your chin to your chest like you did standing for that roll up. Reach towards your toes. And we start roll up today from our lifted up position. Take an inhale to prepare, exhale, roll yourself down. Squeeze the heels, get the legs involved. Arms straight above the shoulders. Inhale to prepare, exhale. Nod the chin of the chest, look towards the toes, anchor with that back body. Reach here for 3, 2, 1, and come all the way back down. We'll do 4 more. If you need to grab behind the thighs for that little assist, totally fine. Slide it back. Really thinking about reaching the spine back as you bring the hands towards the toes. Last one here. And we're going to sit tall at the top. Take your right forearm and hook it there back behind your right thigh, grabbing with that left hand to the right wrist. From here, your left leg is just going to stay lengthened out and pretty anchored down. You're going to straighten your right leg up and then bend the knee, come back down. So just starting to get a little more release here through that right hamstring. And then hold it up here. Take your left hand to your calf and then your right hand. Walk up to the ankle if you've got that flexibility. You're going to point and flex here through the ankle. So we're doing a little mat version of climb a tree. Good. Hold the flex. Feel that big, deep stretch from here. Anchor that left leg a little bit more. Hold your right leg still. Take your right hand down back behind the thigh, left hand behind the thigh, and then a right hand one more time. You're coming about halfway back, and then exhale to come back up. Both hands to the ankle, come back down with your inhale. Exhale. So climbing up and down your right leg. This time you're going to come all the way down, lay flat on your mat, anchor that left leg, slightly externally rotate the right, and you're going to go right into single leg circle. So your left leg's going to come in towards the midline, down, out, and around. And then inhale down, exhale, scoop up. 3 more, 5 total. Arms are going to be down by your side. Anchor the shoulders, chest is nice and open and proud. Last one in this direction. And then go ahead and open that right leg out to the side, reversing that circle. Noticing here maybe a little different range. Holding that external rotation, finish that 5th one here. Good. From here, both hands behind your right thigh. Nod the chin to the chest. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. I want you to really anchor that leg. You're going to try to walk back up that right leg and come back up to the top. Anchor it down. Reach towards your toes. Give yourself a pause. Big stretch forward here. And then we've got to do it all over on that left leg. So sitting up tall, left forearm comes back behind the thigh, grabbing at that left wrist with the right hand, and then just straighten your left leg up, bend and come back down. Breathing through it, noticing which side feels like it needs a little more love. Left leg's going to straighten up, right hand to the calf, left hand to the calf, walking up towards the ankle. If you've got it on this side, start to point and flex to that left foot. Ooh, this is tight. Again, just noticing how things differ from sides of the body. Hold the flex, and then from there, keeping our right leg nice and anchored, start to walk down your left leg. It's going to stay pretty still in space. Exhale to come back up. Drawing yourself to your furthest point, and then exhaling to come back to the top. We've come down one more time, and then we roll all the way back. Left leg externally rotates, arms are planted and anchored, 5 circles in towards the midline, out and around. On this left side, I can tend to have a click, so I need to really remind myself to keep that external rotation, keeping myself really engaged with that left leg. Like I could reach my leg towards the ceiling even more, getting the glutes and the hamstrings. Finish that 5th one. We'll reverse. Out, down, and around. Get to 5 in this direction. Good. And then both legs down, squeeze the heels together. Let's roll up to come back up to the top, arms above the shoulders. Inhale to prepare, exhale, nod the chin to the chest. You're coming all the way back up, reaching towards the toes. And then sitting up nice and tall. We're going to roll like a ball. Hands are going to just be behind the thighs, heels together, toes apart. You've got a little space in between your knees. And how big you want your ball to be, your space between your thighs and your chest is totally up to you. A little tighter, maybe a little more challenging. Rock past the tailbone, find that balance point. And then from there, squeezing the heels together, pressing the thighs into the hands and pulling the hands into the thighs. Find opposition. Inhale to rock back to the shoulders. Exhale, come back up. So we're staying off the head and the neck. Tiny bit past the shoulder blades. Exhale to come up. Rolling through the spine, getting that nice massage. And if you lose it in your ball, that's totally fine. Just come back up and reset. We're going to do one more. Good. We come to the top for our series of 5. We're going to do one rolling like a ball in between each, and we'll do 8 sets of each exercise. So roll back, find your high curl from your rolling like a ball position, right knee in, left leg out, drawing that knee in towards the chest, and then switch. And switch. Don't forget to breathe here. I like a set breath of an inhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Stay high in that curl, but if you need to drop the head, that's always an option. Last one on both sides. And then hands behind the thighs. We're going to rock and roll ourselves back up. We'll roll like a ball here one time back. Come up to the top. This time when we come back, we stay down. Draw your knees in, hands on your shins, like you're giving yourself a big hug. Squeeze your legs, arms by the ears, legs straight out, and then exhale, circle the arms around. Come back in. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, pull it back in. We've got our third one here. 5 more to go. 3, 2, last one. And then hands behind the thighs, rock and roll yourself back up. We roll like a ball here. Back, up. On this next one, hands behind that right leg, left leg straightens out for single straight leg stretch. Pull the left leg in and switch. Keeping your tailbone nice and heavy here. Again, I like that set breath. Soft point through the ankle. 2 more sets. I'm starting to feel a little sweaty here. Hands behind the thighs, knees in, rock and roll up, roll like a ball here. Once, come back up to the top, and then hands behind the head, legs straight up, squeeze the heels, Pilates V. Inhale to lower down, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Good. This one's tough. Hardest part, in my opinion. And I've committed us to 8. So keep fighting through it. Change the range. We don't need a huge range here. 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and draw the knees in, rock and roll. Bring yourself back up. That rolling like a ball is going to feel like a nice little break here. Take an inhale to come back. Exhale up. Coming back, we're ready for crisscross, hands back behind the heads, right elbow towards that left knee, right leg goes long, and stay lifted through the center and switch. Think about that knee coming in towards the midline as opposed to the shoulders. The knees just slightly graze as you switch from side to side. Go for 2, last one on both sides. And then let's rock and roll ourselves all the way back up. Straighten your legs out, get the mat width, and then sit up as tall as you can. Bring your arms out to the side for saw. So we're gonna just do the twisting movement to start. So twist over towards the left, keeping your head above your heart, and then come through the center, twist over to the right. So staying really lengthened, like you could grow taller as you twist. And then just noticing here, if your heels feel like they're kind of sliding around, that happens, but that's just because the hips are moving. So see, could you anchor your heels down and not let them move and find that twist from there? The next time we twist to the left, you're going to stay there. You're taking your right pinky towards your left baby toe, flip your left palm towards the ceiling and saw that toe off for 3, 2, 1. Come back up and then switch. Left hand towards that right foot, right back palm flips. You saw 3 times. Come through the center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Exhale. Keep exhaling with each saw to get more breath out. Come back up. We'll do 1 more set. And then sit back up nice and tall. You're going to bring yourself around. Come onto your stomach. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. And you're going to start with your legs wide on the mat, toenails down. Rest your forehead. And then from there, just notice that length through the back of the neck. I want you to start to press your hips down into the mat, but imagine you could lighten your belly button away from the mat. Press just a tiny bit into your toenails, keeping your neck nice and long. Start to lift your head off of the mat. Think forehead, then nose, then chin, not throat. You go right to the collarbone. Coming into your extension, find swan, and then lower back down. You'll do 2 more just like that. Inhale to lift. Find that big stretch. Again, legs nice and wide here. 1 more. Coming all the way back down. Now you're sliding your legs together. Find Pilates V. Heels together, toes apart. Try to maintain that connection. I know that when I come up, it's going to be smaller. Inhale, back to swan, just noticing how that range probably varies a good bit from the last version. Come back down with your exhale. Inhale, lift. Imagine you can roll your shoulders away from the ears and then lower back down. And my feet are separating a little bit as I come up. That's totally fine. And then all the way back down, forearms down. Send your hips back towards your heels. Find that quick child's pose here. And then back onto your forearms, elbows right below your shoulders, as though you're just holding that nice lengthened swan position. Again, reaching through the crown of your head. You're going to bring your legs straight back behind you, press your toenails down, and then lighten your knees. Bring your knees to hover right up off the mat. You're staying really strong in the forearms, nice and lifted. Now bring your legs up. We're going to get a single leg kick. I want you to kick your right heel in towards your hip twice, straighten it back out. Don't drop that leg, and then switch. Kick, kick on the left. We'll do 2 more sets. Kick, kick, reach the toes long, kick, kick. Again, check in with the shoulders, check in with chest, nice and lifted. Resting your feet down. Again, hips back towards the heels. Find that big rest pose. From that child's pose, let's roll your spine back up and come down on the mat for a bridge. On your backs, knees bent, feet flat. You're gonna have your heels sit bone width apart, so not probably as wide as you think it should be. And then I want you to reach your arms back behind you and kind of pull your shoulder blades underneath you just a smidge. Now bring your arms back down to your sides, really open and proud with the collarbone. Bring your hip bones and tilt them towards the bottom of your rib cage and articulate your spine to come back to your bridge at the top. And then take a pause from there. See if you feel a little more weight in one side of the body, or maybe you lifted your toes. Take an inhale from there and exhale to peel your spine back down little by little. Again, just giving yourself the chance to notice where your hips are in space. Inhale, come back to that bridge at the top. Start your exhale to come back down. And if it feels like you need to walk your heels closer in, you totally can. Imagine you're just again peeling down little by little by little. Getting that nice sense of massage. Glutes and hamstrings fire up as you come up into that lifted position, and they'll start to slowly release as you come back down. Let's go for 1 more. You're going to hold at the top. Let's pressure into the arms a little bit more. Get your fingertips involved. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Straighten your right leg up. Inhale to kick your right leg down to the mat. Exhale to lift. Just 2 more. Last one. Plant that right foot back down. 3 kicks on that left side. Knee into the chest. Straighten that leg up as much as you can. Inhale, kick it down. Exhale, kick it up as far as you can in towards the chest and as far as you can down towards the floor. Trying not to let that left hip drop. Bend the knees and then melt the spine. Let's come all the way back down at the bottom. Give yourself a minute to just release the hips here. Maybe drop the knees from side to side. Good. Come on to your left side. You're going to rest your head in your hands, nice and straight along the back of your mat. Pick both legs up and bring them towards that front corner edge. So your hips, shoulders, and head are in one long line. And you're going to just rest your top hand on the mat in front of you. From there, lift that top right leg up and think about keeping the heels together, kind of same height. Anchor that bottom leg down. We're going to externally rotate just a little bit through that right thigh and then sweep that top leg forward and then sweep it slightly back behind that bottom leg. So you want to just keep that top right hip nice and stacked. Good. And you can always come down onto the bicep if that feels better. Soft point the whole time. Sweep forward and back. Go for 2 more. Sweep forward, you're going to hold that right leg in front of the body and draw small circles here through the hip, about the size of a coffee cup. Reverse. And then sweep the leg back behind that bottom leg Now, right in line with the thigh, and then go ahead and circle, reaching through the toes, and then reverse, circling in that opposite direction here. Good. And then you're going to kick your leg back, bend the knee, take the heel towards the hip, the glute. Draw your knee in towards the chest, and then bicycle kick that leg straight out. Straight leg is going to sweep back, kick the heel, maybe feeling a little stretch here through that hip flexor area, knee in, kick forward. Go for 3 more. Inhale, pull back. 2 more. This is where it's a lot harder, I think, to stabilize that bottom leg. Good. Finish this last one. And then draw the knee in, plant this foot down. So now your right foot's going to be on the mat. Draw your left leg back in line with the rest of the body. Soft point, you're going to bring that left leg up and off the mat and then lower down, getting that inner thigh work here. We're going to go for 5 more. Reaching that leg long. Last one. To transition, straighten your right leg back out, come onto your stomach. Hands are going to stack on top of each other. Rest your forehead all the way down. The upper body gets to be nice and relaxed here. Find Pilates V. Pressure down into your toes, lift your kneecaps, hover the legs. From here, similar position that when we were in for that single leg kick, open and close the heels for those quick little heel beats. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go for 2 more rounds. Reaching long through the whole leg. Think about sending your toes away from the crown of the head to find that length through the spine, and then lower all the way down. You're ready just to come right onto that right side for our side lying work on the other side. Then bring both legs up towards that front corner of the mat. And then from there, keep that top hip nice and lengthened, rest the head. And then lift that left leg hip height, soft point with the toe. Don't forget about that slight external rotation. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, bring it back. Again, top hand can be just right in front of you. 2 more here. Again, this is a great place in the workout to just notice how the body differs from one side to the other. And then sweep forward. We've got those circles, nice and controlled. Reverse. Sweep it back. Let's finish those circles nice and strong. Reverse it here. Keep them small, keep them controlled. At this point, I'm trying to keep it all together. And then kick that left heel back towards the glute. Draw the knee in towards the chest, straighten that left leg out, and then sweep it back. Straight, kick in, forward, reach and stretch. 3 more. Just trying to keep everything nice and controlled throughout the rest of the body. And then pull that left leg in front, sweep that bottom right leg back. We'll lift and lower here for 8. Good. Again, imagine you're really reaching your toes away from the crown of the head. Go for 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to sit up in a Z sit. So I want you to bring your left leg heel towards the back hip. The right knee is going to be bent. If this doesn't feel great, you can always sit crisscross. But once you get in this position, go ahead and lift your chest and think about stacking your left shoulder over your left hip. And then from here, take your arms out into a T position. I want you to bring your right hand down to the mat, bring your left arm up to your ear, and then slide down onto the forearm and then reach that top left arm really long above you. Opening through that left side body and then pressure into that right hand, lift the elbow. Take your left hand and grab towards your ankle. Bring your right arm up to your ear, pulling on that left ankle to get that right side body to open. From here, I want you to rotate your right pinky down towards your knee. Imagine you're pulling your spine away from your thigh and then derotate yourself. Right hand back down, left arm back up. and then come down onto the forearm, find that reach and stretch. Imagine you could anchor your left leg a little bit more to get a little deeper stretch, and then pressure into your right hand, come up, left arm down, right arm to the ear, and then find that big stretch up and over. Good. Let's go ahead and sit up. Oh, we forgot the rotation on that side. Rotating right pinky down towards the mat, almost like you're pulling your chest away. Good. And then derotate. We'll switch to the other side. And then again, once you get that Z-sit position, drop your right hip, stack your shoulders over your chest a little bit more, bring your left hand down, right arm up, slide that left arm out, get down onto your forearm, keeping your right arm up towards your head the whole time. So you're coming up and over as far as you can keep that bicep by the ear. Reaching and stretching through the fingertips, palms facing the floor, and then pressure into your hand, straighten the arm, right hand to that right ankle, left arm up, and then reach up and over from there. And then add that rotation, like you're pulling your chest away. Good. Derotate. And then left hand back down, right hand back up, coming up and over into that side body stretch again. And then pressure into the hand. Give yourself a little boost to come up. A right hand to the ankle, left arm up, and then reaching up and over from there. Ooh. And then rotating down, think left pinky towards the floor, almost pulling on your ankle to get you into that deeper twist. Derotating. And then from here, we're going to end with one more standing roll down. So coming back to that standing position, nice and tall, reaching your arms straight out in front of you, bending the knees slightly, anchoring down. Inhale to prepare, exhale, nod the chin to the chest. We're not going to get floppy at the bottom this time. So you're thinking about bringing your belly button off of your shirt, keeping your chest off the thighs, and try to keep your hips stacked over your heels. You're reaching as far as you can while keeping yourself nice and engaged. Don't let the heels lift. Keep them heavy. Pause at the bottom and then exhale. Restack the spine all the way back up at the top. And you're all done with your Saturday morning workout. Yay!